Hello everyone and welcome back to DC Central, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down and discussing the news that Supergirl is officially ending. That's right, you heard that correct. Supergirl Season 6 is going to be the final season of the show, so let's dive into this big piece of news. So I gotta say, this news did come as a bit of a shock to me last night. It's not the biggest shock in the world, like as far as like TV shows ending. Supergirl ending at this point in time isn't the biggest surprise ever, but I didn't expect to receive this news last night, and when it came across my timeline I was pretty shocked to say the least. So yes, the news is that Supergirl is officially ending, with Season 6 coming up in January of 2021. That will be the final season of the show, and it will end at the end of that season. So a very interesting piece of news. I didn't expect to get this. You know, Supergirl is the next Arrowverse show to end. Obviously we had Arrow end last season, Supergirl ending this season. It's definitely, we're definitely seeing this sort of new era of the Arrowverse kind of come into fruition, with the new shows kind of going out and the newer shows like Stargirl and Batwoman coming in, Superman and Lois coming in. You know, we're definitely seeing this sort of next step of the Arrowverse, and with Supergirl ending, that is one of those steps. So this news came to us last night from Entertainment Weekly, and it's very interesting to get this news because obviously Supergirl ending sort of at this point in time, as I said, it's not the biggest shock in the world, but to kind of get the news was definitely shocking. And it's sad, you know, obviously this is another Arrowverse show. We all love the Arrowverse here. We all love all the different Arrowverse shows. And even though, you know, Supergirl for me has never been my favourite of the Arrowverse shows, I've had my ups and downs with it. I think it's a rather inconsistent show. I still enjoy watching it, you know, and I've enjoyed my time with it very much so. And particularly the characters that have come from Supergirl. I love the characters of Supergirl. Even though I have issues with the show itself at times, and the stories and how it's told and stuff like that, the characters and the cast I absolutely love and adore. So to know that we're not really going to see these characters again, at least in a large capacity, is definitely a sad bit of news that I didn't really want to hear, but I guess that's the way it's going to go. So Supergirl will conclude with its upcoming 6th season. The CW, Warner Brothers TV and Blanty Productions announced on Tuesday. The writing team has already started mapping out the 20-episode final season, which will begin production in Vancouver, Canada later this month. So there we have it, 20 episodes for the final season, which is about the same as what Season 5 had. Season 5 had 20 episodes. Well, actually, Season 5 had 19 episodes, but it technically was meant to have 20, but because of the COVID shutdown, we didn't get episode 20. But this is going to have a 20-episode final season to wrap up everything in Season 6, and production will begin in Vancouver, in Canada, later this month, which is what we're all expecting. All the Arrowverse shows are looking to go back into production this month. Most of the cast have gone back to Vancouver. They've been quarantining for a couple of weeks, and that period is starting to come to its end now, so we will see the cast start to get back to set and start filming some more stuff for the shows for the January 2021 season. So why is Supergirl ending? There's been a lot of speculation, a lot of rumours as to why this show is ending. Now, it is important to note that just like Arrow, Supergirl is ending. It has not been cancelled. The CW has not cancelled Supergirl. It's just have been decided that this was going to be the end, just like it was with Arrow Season 8. And, you know, I think there's a few reasons. I think there are definitely I think there's 3 main reasons, really, as to why Supergirl is ending at this point in time in particular. The first reason I think that Supergirl is ending now is because Melissa Benoist, who of course plays Supergirl, her contract was up to 6 seasons anyway, so she would have had to renew her contract in order to keep the show going, and in order to keep her as the lead of the series, she would have had to renew up her contract. And it's been quite clear, I think, in recent years that Melissa Benoist, as much as she loves Supergirl, and she loves that character, and she loves playing this character and, you know, doing the show, Melissa has a lot of interests elsewhere. And obviously with that, she wants to go and explore those other avenues. We saw her go to Broadway recently and stuff like that. And I think that is where her heart is. I think that's where she really wants to focus. So I think with 6 seasons, you know, that's a nice block of seasons. You know, that's a good length for a show. I think she's sort of done her contract, and now she's ready to move on to something else, which is completely fair. And, you know, I think that's one of the main reasons, is because her contract was up. Because, you know, when you look at Stephen Amell, he actually had a 7-season contract for Arrow, so he did the 7 seasons, and then he was actually done then, but they managed to persuade him back to do Season 8, you know, for a shortened episode count and stuff like that. That's actually a big reason why Arrow Season 8 was shortened to 10 episodes, was because it was part of a way of convincing Stephen to come back for one more season past his contract. So Supergirl ending with Season 6 makes a lot of sense, as that is where Melissa's contract was up. Also, on a more personal note with Melissa, she is recently had a baby. Like, obviously she has been pregnant for the last 9 months or so. I'm not 100% sure if the baby has been born yet. This is the thing. I don't actually know if it's been born yet, because she hasn't really said. But I believe if you work it out time-wise, the baby should have been born by now, but we don't really know. Like, no one's actually announced that yet, so I'm not too sure. But either way, a baby is on the way. And obviously with Melissa being a new mum to a newborn, a literal baby, it's going to be pretty hard to be away on set for 9-10 months of the year when you're, when you're trying to be a mother to a newborn baby. And obviously she has got Chris Wood, who is of course the father, who played Mon-El on Supergirl. He's the father, and obviously he's around, but he's also an actor, so it's kind of, it's kind of hard to be the lead of a series and also be the mother of a newborn baby. So I can imagine that this would be quite a tough thing for Melissa to continue to travel to Vancouver, to stay in Vancouver, because she's not from there. So she'd have to stay there away from her baby, who again has just been born, so it needs its mother. Yeah, I think it's quite a big thing for Melissa to want to step down and also just look after her child for a few years. Maybe take a break from acting just for a couple of years while this child grows up, which I think is, again, perfectly valid reason, and one that I think anyone can easily get behind. It's very understandable that she would want to just take a break from this and, just have the baby and look after it. Also, another interesting point is that obviously we have got a brand new Arrowverse show about to begin in the 2021 season, which is Superman and Lois, which is by and large a spin-off of Supergirl. Like, obviously it's a show about Superman and about Lois Lane, and Superman as a character in the Arrowverse began as a Supergirl character. Like, he was obviously on Supergirl before he came into the crossovers and stuff like that. So he is basically a Supergirl character in terms of its Arrowverse origin. So Superman and Lois is technically a Supergirl spin-off. And, when Superman and Lois was announced, and I've spoken about this on videos and in the podcast and stuff like that, I've said that I was a little bit worried about Superman and Lois, because as much as I am excited about it, and I'm very much looking forward to watching it, I think it's going to be great, I was a little bit worried about Supergirl and Superman having a show at the same time, because they're very similar. Obviously, they're very, very similar characters, and I was kind of worried about, would one make the other one irrelevant? So I guess with Supergirl ending, that frees up a super character slot in the Arrowverse, which Superman can fulfill. So I guess my worry for that, like my worry about Superman and Lois kind of being irrelevant, is kind of gone now, because this basically says that it's going to be, Supergirl's not going to be around. Like, obviously, Season 1 of Superman and Lois and Season 6 of Supergirl will run at the same time, but that's only for one season, and then eventually, when Superman and Lois gets to Season 2, which I'm sure it will, we will see just that run, and Supergirl will be gone. And I also think that'll be quite a good way for Supergirl to kind of lead into Superman and Lois. Like, we'll see some things bleed over, like maybe a character will go over there. That could be cool, because obviously we don't know what's going to happen to the other characters yet, so I think that there could be a way to like transition certain things from Supergirl to Superman and Lois, and then allow Superman and Lois to just run as its own thing. So in regards to the other Arrowverse shows, and, because I've seen a lot of people getting worried that perhaps other shows are going to get cancelled, or, not cancelled, but, are going to come to their end soon, because as I said at the beginning, it kind of feels like this is the new era of the Arrowverse in a way. Kind of like how the MCU is moving into a new era with a bunch of new characters and, new origin movies and stuff like that. It feels like the Arrowverse is kind of going through a similar thing. In terms of the other shows, like in terms of the two originals we have left, which is like Flash and Legends, I could see Legends ending soon, but then again, we've been saying that for years, so I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Like, I'm very shocked that Legends has outlived Supergirl. I mean, unless Legends does end this season, which that announcement could come, I'm quite shocked that Legends ended after Supergirl. I would have thought Supergirl would have lasted longer than Legends. But I guess Legends is slightly different, given the fact that it's an ensemble show and it doesn't have a direct lead. So if, say if like Sarah left Legends, who is essentially the main character, I think Legends could still continue without her. Whereas Supergirl, if Kara goes, if Melissa goes, I don't really think there's anything they could do with that. So I think Legends could end soon, but when exactly, who knows? Like, it could end this season, it could end the next season, could end the season after that. We really don't know with Legends. It's like, it just keeps on going, Legends. You never know when it's going to end, so I don't know. In regards to The Flash, I wouldn't worry about The Flash. I think The Flash has got a long life ahead of it. It's a very popular show. It is by far the biggest show on the CW. Like, it's not only the biggest Arrowverse show, but it's the biggest show on the CW network. So I honestly wouldn't worry about The Flash. And then the other shows that we have sort of in the Arrowverse are obviously all pretty new. Like, Stargirl's pretty new, so don't worry about that. Same with Superman and Lois, hasn't even debuted yet. Black Lightning is also still pretty new. I wouldn't worry about Black Lightning particularly, so I think the rest of the shows, except for maybe Legends, which could be ending soon-ish, I think the other shows are absolutely fine. So how will the series end? How will Supergirl end? Because this is going to be an interesting thing. Obviously, Supergirl being the protector of National City, I don't know exactly how they're going to leave this. I've seen a lot of people speculate that Supergirl's going to go off-world. Perhaps they'll bring Mon-El back for this final season, which I think would be great if they could bring back Chris Wood. Just to kind of end off their characters properly. I think that'd be really cool, actually. So maybe they, you know, I'm quite a big fan of that idea of Mon-El coming back and then him and Kara going off-world somewhere. I could definitely see that happening, and then you can leave a couple of people in National City as protecting it, like someone like Dreamer, you know, Nia Nal, she could stay around to protect National City and stuff like that, and then she could pop up in crossovers here and there. But in regards to other characters like Jean, I don't know what's going to happen to Jean. It's kind of a shame if David Harewood goes away, but David Harewood is quite a busy actor, like he can do other things. Nia, I have seen a lot of people, even though I think it would be good to leave her as the protector of National City, people have said that she could actually go to Legends. I don't know if that would happen. I don't know if I see her on Legends necessarily. I think it'd be cool if she was on Legends, but I don't know if she would particularly go there, especially because, as I said, Legends could be ending soon, so I don't know if there's really much point in sending a new character with an established background like Nia, sending her to Legends. I don't know if that would work particularly well. I don't know about everyone else. I mean, obviously, with Superman and Lois, you could bring characters over. You know, maybe one or two, like maybe you could bring Dreamer over. It'd be cool if they actually brought James Olsen back for Superman and Lois, obviously, because he has a history with Superman. It could be cool to see that relationship. I'd actually love that, actually, if they could bring back Mehcad Brooks for Superman and Lois, even if it's just for an episode here or there. I think it'd be really nice to have him there. And again, David Harewood could pop up there as well. But in regards to characters like Alex and Kelly, I don't know about them. I think that they're probably going to go, which is a shame because I love Alex, but I can't see what role she's going to have in the Arrowverse beyond that. So I think a couple of the characters could live on in Superman and Lois, even if they are in just smaller roles, like not, you know, series regulars or anything like that. I just don't really see how much they can really do with these characters outside of Supergirl. But there you have it, guys. There's my thoughts on everything. Supergirl is ending with Season 6. Again, I'm very sad to hear this. You know, as much as I've had a rocky relationship with Supergirl in regards to season per season, I still love the show, I still love the characters, and it's definitely a sad day to get the news that it's ending. But at least we are getting one final season, you know, 20 episodes, that's a stacked season, and we're going to get an awesome final season to end off the show, and I'm very excited to see how it ends. But what do you guys think? Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you sad to see Supergirl end? And also, you know, if you are happy to see it end, please don't put any negative comments down below. We don't need that here. You know, if you're happy to see it go, then fine. But if you know, just don't put any negativity in the comments. We don't need that here. DC Central is not about that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a like. That would help me out a bunch. And also, if you want to see more DC content like this and you want to stay tuned for my reviews of the final season of Supergirl, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads from me. And I hope to see you guys again next time.